First time's a charm. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Vidane TV. Little Wednesday night action. Easy enough for me to say. Here with the Turn4Podcast Winter Series, running the late model stocks here at the New Smyrna Speedway, the virtual New Smyrna Speedway, for the first time in a little bit here on Vidane TV. These guys getting ready to put on a show here for us. 51 Designs jumping on as the title sponsor for tonight's 100 lapper. 100 laps on the docket here for the big show, and gonna get ourselves a little bit of heat racing action going on. After the first race, we had a whole bunch of drivers show up for just a few positions here, and it turned out we needed to get some extra qualifying in, extra heat races, the last chance qualifiers. So taking the top 20 qualifying times and everybody else coming on in to the fields through the consolation races, the heat races as well. Five Flag Speedway. What did I say? I'm almost afraid to ask, but Five Flag Speedway on the docket here tonight, on the go here tonight, waiting for everybody to get lined up out on track. Some final driver meeting going on here as well. DJ Gerard and Race Control letting everybody know to put on a good show here tonight. Make sure everybody is good, clean racing here, and we want to thank you for tuning in. We're live all over the internet once again here on Vidane TV. We're on the YouTubes, we're on the Facebooks, we're on Twitter and Twitch, and be sure to give us a like, a subscribe, and subscribe and all that good stuff. And Caden, I appreciate that. I don't know why I said New Smyrna, but yeah, we are in fact at Five Flag Speedway here tonight, and you can see the heat races getting lined up, and we're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to rock and roll here on a Wednesday night on Vidane TV. Everybody lined up 2 by 2 all the way through, and you can see that these drivers antsy to get after it. Taking a quick, ferocious look here at the point standing. Dylan Zulo coming in as the points leader with 88 points. Nathan Wenzel with 84, just 4 points back to second place. And then there's a tie for third with Mike Hopkins and Justin Prescott. So tight points battle coming into race number 3 here tonight as the lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. Drivers are lined up 2 by 2. We're ready to rock and roll here at New Smyrna. No, it's not New Smyrna. At Five Flag Speedway. We're going to have to get the sticky notes out here. Where's my sticky notes? Green flag flies once again here at Vidane TV, racing on a Wednesday night, and Stockwell is taking over the lead, holding on to the lead as he needs to in that black and green machine. The number 45 looking pretty sporty there, giving it a bit of a wiggle to try and find some grip, holding on to that spot above, or in front of, rather, the number 5 Exalted Ride of Kyle Buck. Kyle having a good run right now. And he's right in the tire tracks, it looks like, of that 45 car, doing a little studying action as we've got the side-by-side battle in behind. Eric Lundo in the 46 car, Garrett Benson in the 4. DJ Gerard has a front row view to this one in that 0 car. DJ's also streaming here tonight, streaming the race over on the Turn4Podcast Facebook page, easy enough for me to say, as well as his Twitch, DJ Gerard 0NH. So give him a follow, give him a heads up, and let him know that you're watching him. A little squirrely in behind there, back with the 55, Jeremiah Sargent, maybe joining us in the booth here tonight, depending on how this last chance qualifier, this heat race goes, if he gets into the field here. So we'll see how the 55 fares out right now, trying to battle down Mark Creighton there in the 77. Appreciate the spelling correction over in the DMs from last week. I'm probably going to forget by the end of this race, but it made it to the sticky notes, so we'll see how we work out double sevens. Working his way up towards the top 5, just on the outside looking in, as he's got a mirror full of Jeremiah Sargent in behind. Dominic Lafleur in the 3 car back here. Always cool to see the good wrench plus number 3 paint scheme. And we rejoin the battle for the lead. Still a little bit of separation in between the 45 and the 5. Stockwell has about a car length, maybe a car length and a half, maybe 2 car lengths of a cushion in behind Kyle Buck. And you can see Buck is really getting down to the bottom of the racetrack, trying to utilize that apron to get that car to essentially de-wedge itself just a little bit and turn just a little bit more freely here at the racetrack. And you can see he's doing everything he can, trying to go on a different little bit of a line. This time he's going to tuck right in the tire tracks and see if he can maybe pull up on the 45, drifts a little bit high to get a little bit of air to the nose of the car and try and find some grip. Changing the line once again for the 5 car. Gets there, gets up to the back bumper, no contact, but the 45 going to drift a little bit on the high side with popsicle sticks. 2 laps to go here at Five Flag Speedway. The 5 going to back up just a little bit. Has another couple of opportunities here to see if he can get up and get that 45 up and out of the way and take that checkered flag. But for right now, it's the white one. White flag, white rag 1 lap to go in this very first heat race of the evening here tonight at Five Flags Speedway, the virtual Five Flags Speedway here in Pensacola, Florida. I'll be flying right over this here in a couple of weeks as I head down to Daytona, but that's another story for another night. Checkered flag for Stockwell, the 45 car showing he's got himself a sporty rig here tonight in the iRacing world. Kyle Buck, Eric Lurendu, and the 46 going to come home in third. The fourth going to go to Garrett Benson, and DJ Gerard going to round out in the top 5, and that's it. Just the one consolation race to get our field set. We'll take a look here at the starting lineup, and you'll see these drivers going to take the opportunity, every opportunity that they can, to get some laps in, and they're going to get themselves a little bit of a warm-up here. Just a couple of minutes to kind of go over the last-minute details that are needed before this race, and gives everybody an opportunity to kind of freshen up the drink and all that good stuff, and make sure they're ready to rock and roll for 100 laps, as that's what the distance is calling for here this evening. 100 laps on the docket, and with a tight points battle getting into this, especially with those top 4 drivers, Zulo and Wenzel, 4 points separating between first and second, and that tied third place battle is only 8 points back between Mike Hopkins and Justin Prescott. So a couple of fast names up towards the front, and well, I guess these drivers don't need the extra little bit of practice. We're going to jump right into it, and we're going to take a peek at the starting grid. 31 drivers making the call here tonight. Tony Quadro is going to get that pole position in the number 12 car. How about Skylar Shippey? Going to start on the outside in that 051 car. Very quick qualifying laps with those couple of drivers up there. Matthew Kimball in the 43 going to roll off P3 with Aaron Thompson on the outside of row number 2 there in the 19 car. Sean Boudreau in the 1 going to roll off 5th. Rupert Thompson in the 39 car going to roll off P6. Corey Casagrande in the 7 CT car is going to roll off P7. Ryan Carmen there in the 8th position. Justin Prescott up in the points battle as well. Nathan Pretzel, top 2 guys up in the points, going to share row 5. Mike Hopkins there, one of the drivers tied for 3rd. He's going to roll off P11 with Eric Pomasco there on his outside as we sift on through the rest of the starting lineup. There you see Shane Tackett, Daniel Sweeney, Andrew Harmon. Harmon going to round out the top 15. Chris Lindquist, Kyle Kenny, Cody Parker, Caden Roberts, Dylan Zulo up in the points leader. Starting a little bit further on back. JD Stockwell in the 45 saw just one that heat race the Conti race made his way into the field here tonight, as well as the rest of these guys. Kyle Buck, Aaron Lewandowski. You can see Garrett Benson coming in, DJ Gerard, Jeremiah Sargent in the 55 making the show, Mark Creighton in the 77, Dominic LaFleur, Jimmy DeCursey. I think I screwed that name up last time, and I apologize for that. I got your first name too, Jimmy. Sorry, Jimmy. We'll get it all sorted out. We'll get it on the sticky note. We're going to have to get a sticky note sponsor here at Vidane TV, and Mark LaRoche going to round out the field here tonight. So a lot of late model stocks showing up to this event here, race number 3. And the Turn4 Podcast Winter Series, brought to you by 51 Designs, and they're on board for the title sponsorship of tonight's race, 100 laps here at New Smyrna Speedway in the virtual Pensacola, Florida. And you can see the lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. We are lined up 2 by 2 by 2 all the way through, getting ready to rock and or roll here on a Wednesday night. Thank you folks so much for tuning in to Vidane TV, and our coverage of tonight's race is green, green, green. We're racing at New Smyrna. Squeaky clean first lap, nice and clean, nice and green, the way we like it here at Vidane TV, but the action is all the way around the racetrack. They get it sorted out up front. The 12 car has himself a little bit of room in behind him. He's got some big time wiggle for the second place car. Skylar Shippey in the 51 car up into the outside wall, gathered it back up. Still trying to get the momentum back. You can see really up in those rubbles. We talked to some of these drivers before the race. There is a lot of track usage out on the track from earlier on here tonight, but skyrocketing through the field here at this point, down outside the top 20. Big wiggle, could have been a whole lot worse, but we do in fact stay clean and green here, working a lap number 4. Tony Quadros has a big cushion in behind. Matthew Kimball has a little bit of ground to make up, about a half a second now between first and second. Aaron Thomas there in the 3rd position, just a little bit further on back. Sean Boudreau in the 1 car there. They've all kind of figured it out. They're all single file easy enough for me to say. Rupert Thompson in the top 5 as well, Corey Casagrande. So you can see the first side-by-side battle is back here for 7th and 8th. Justin Prescott down on the inside. The 08 car trying to make a race up on the high side with Ryan Carmen in the 08. Racing all the way around the racetrack. You can see lots of action as we take a peek throughout the field here. The drivers kind of trying to utilize the top side, the middle side, and the bottom of the racetrack as well. The battle for the lead heats up here, and well, we're actually joined. We always like to leave the broadcast booth here unlocked, so anybody can kind of drop in. As we see, got a couple of guys jumping in. Jeremiah Sargent getting the virtual helmet off. Frank Kent went out, got a couple of laps in. I guess we're kind of a start and park team. Is that what's happening tonight?
No, I made it, but something messed up and I didn't make it out.
Some mechanical woes for Jeremiah Sargent, but that's all right. We got an extra headset hooked up, so we'll get you up here in the booth, and we'll call some racing action here as we work lap number 10, and Justin Beecher here as well. Justin, how are we doing tonight? Might have gotten the proverbial headset unplugged there, as that happens every now and again with live TV. Taking a look back at the race, though, the 43 of Kimball up in front, made 2 spots up from when they qualified, getting around Quadros and Thompson. Quadros dropping on back to 3rd, and you can see that battle heating up. Aaron Thompson taking a look down low on that 43 car to see if they can get around, and not quite enough there. But one of the things we're really going to have to focus in on is that lap traffic, and that's going to be something we're really going to have to deal with here. Is there's it seems as though there's a couple of different levels of expertise here in the Turn4 Podcast Winter Series, which is pretty cool to see. Looking on board right now from that 43 of Matthew Kimball, a couple of lap traffic cars ahead. Andrew Herman in danger of going a lap down in that number 14 car, and you can see it's going to open the door up for the 19 of Thompson, who gets down and little bit of a slide jab up in front of the 43 car. So move the 19 up to the point, and Jeremiah, you were out there for a little bit here throughout practice and qualifying, heat races and everything like that. What were these drivers and what were you feeling with this setup? Do we have any kind of fixed setup? Everybody's running kind of the same setup here. What does it kind of feel like after 10, 15 laps?
Car starts to get a little bit tight and used up after a few laps.
So a lot of times when these drivers are battling hard up in the front, trying to keep each other, trying to keep in front of each other here at this point. That's kind of the whole point of racing, as it is here in the sim racing world as well. But if you overuse that back set of tires, the right rear especially, it definitely will affect the handling of the race car. And it's kind of something we've heard from a lot of drivers throughout the leagues here at Vidane TV. Dropping a little bit further on back from that 2-car tango up front. Rupert Thompson now going to move up into the 3rd position. Tony Quadros in that 12 car going to drop on back to 4th. Corey Casagrande, big mover right now as he's up in the top 5. Qualified there in 7th, so a good qualifying effort in the 7CT late model stock, and battling right now up inside the top 5. Justin Prescott in behind him in the 04 car. Mike Hopkins having a solid run here as well in the 78 car. Qualified outside the top 10, running in 7th right now. Sean in the 1 car in 8th. Ryan Carmen there in 9th. And Nathan Wenzel there in the 10th position. And that battle for 10th is kind of heating up, Jeremiah. So they're side by side for that 10th spot, and Ryan Carmen in the 08 car, utilizing that apron, trying to get that car to, again, de-wedge itself, to get it to turn just a little bit better and try and take the short way around the racetrack and almost try and slide on up in front of that 1 car on the high side, working a lap number 21. Oh, the 71 car around in the back. Eric Promasco pointed in the wrong direction, going to bring out the first caution flag here for us this evening on lap number 21. And this is going to be interesting because there are, in fact, tires down there on pit road for these guys to take. I believe it's a set of tires that they can take throughout the race, and we'll see what the strategy is going to play out as. If it's going to be drivers coming down for 4 tires, 2 tires, or if, in fact, they're just going to take maybe fuel only, maybe even stay out here.
How's Roberts doing in that 008 car?
take a look at that shortly after we take a look at the U-House Racing Designs instant replay. We'll see Eric Tomasco in that 71. You can see he kind of gets in underneath the 12, gets onto that apron, loses the back end of the race car. Everybody does a phenomenal job getting on down and around. You can see he was able to grab a gear and get going once again. Could have been a whole lot worse than it was, but going to lose a lot of track position there for the 71 car. And the 008 of Caden Roberts back here in the 14th position, having a good solid run for the 008 car. And it's 5 spots up from where they qualified, so P19 up to P14. A little bit of work to do, but it's still early yet.
Yeah, I'm rooting for him.
Everybody getting an opportunity to potentially come down pit road, service these virtual late model stocks, maybe get some tires, get some damage repaired, get a good drink topped off, or whatever the issue may or may not be. Working lap number 24, quarter distance already here, and at this one, 51 Designs jumping on board for the 100 lapper here at Five Flags Speedway, and it's race number 3 in the Turn4 Podcast Winter Series. So putting together a heck of a points battle as we get into it. As we talked about it coming into the show, Dylan Zulo going to hold on to the points lead with 88. Coming into tonight's show, Nathan Wenzel with 84 points, just 4 points back to second, and then a tie for third position between Mike Hopkins and Justin Prescott there, 8 points back from the leader. So pretty cool to see just how tight the points battle is getting into this one. We're going to be able to follow it all the way down to the checkered flag on the season as we're covering all the races here on Verdane TV. And again, we thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on a Wednesday night. Let your friends and family know you're watching some iRacing action here on a Wednesday night on Verdane TV. We're on all of the social media outlets. We're on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, X.com, X going to give it to you. We're on all of them. Just do a quick search for Verdane TV, and especially if they do streaming, we're on there as well. We want to make sure everybody's tuned in to the action here tonight, especially with these Turn4 Podcast Winter Series late models, as these guys want to put on a show. 26 laps in the book. Quick little caution flag here. Doesn't really look like we've got too many damaged race cars, but we're going to let them turn them loose once again. Green flag flies from Barney in the flag stand. The 19 going to slide on up and hold on to that top side. Battle going to be for second as they head on to the first corners. Ooh, big wreck in the back, it looks like.
Looked like the 11 just got into the back of the 008 there just a little too much.
Yeah, 11 car trying to get it sorted out. We'll back it up here on that U-House Racing Designs instant replay, almost right from the go, but we'll take a look at it in any sense as see if we can get a better camera view. Well, there's some of the carnage after we changed, or just before we changed the camera aim, but we'll back that up just one more time because we can do that here with live TV. There you see the 46 and the 11 up on the high side right from the word go. The 11 right into the back. There you see of the 008. So you called it right there, and a couple of bumper car, not retaliations, but a couple of bumper cars back here as well. So there's going to be some damage for maybe a half a dozen cars or so as we take the second caution. Everybody getting gathered back up behind the field. We didn't really see too many takers down on pit road. A couple of guys towards the back right now coming down to get some damage repairs. You can see the 34, I believe. Nope, that's the 46 going around getting their lap back on this one. So they're going to rejoin. I believe we'll have 22, maybe 23 cars out on the lead lap here in this one. Still putting on a heck of a show here at Five Flags. And if you want to join in on the action, if you're watching at home and want to figure out how to do this iRacing stuff, shoot on over to iRacing.com. Always looking for new memberships. They've got all sorts of different tracks, cars that you can download, purchase, add-ons, and everything like that. And you can find yourself a league that runs with us here on Verdane TV. We've got a packed schedule here for the next couple of months, as we always like to entertain the masses when the race cars go into the garages, go into the shops, and everybody's kind of stuck in the cold, as it were, with the racing addiction. So we like to help out where we can, especially with the iRacing service. Jump on iRacing.com and Check us out over at Vidane TV, man. We're live all over the place. Give us that like, the subscribe, the share. We're up over 2,000 followers now on the Facebook page. Going to be giving away some merchandise here in the next couple of weeks to celebrate that, as it's been a long time coming. Been doing this deal for 3 years now, going into our fourth here at Vidane TV. Lots of cool stuff going on in the sim racing and the real racing world coming up in 2024. So be sure to keep an ear to the ground on all of our social media outlets as well. And you can see the lights are off on the iRacing pace truck. We're lined up 2 by 2 all the way throughout the field. Aaron Thompson in the 19 car down on the bottom side. The 43 of Matthew Kimball going to restart on the high side. Rupert Thompson, Tony Quadros, and Justin Prescott, the top 5 as they take the restart here. Going to be crossing the stripe, opening up lap number 33 here with 100 laps on the docket. Third of the distance, 33 1/3% of this race in the books. Green flag flies once again. We're racing here on a Wednesday night. The 19 getting the restart that he needs. Thompson pulling away by about a car length, maybe 2, maybe 3, as they come out of turn number 2 side by side. In behind for second, Matthew Kimball. Tony Quadros trying to move his way back up to the lead in that 12 car, using that middle groove, trying to get up to the high side and make a little magic happen up in those rubbles there, with Rupert Thompson front row seat back there in fourth, trying to get up to the back bumper of one of these drivers. Maybe give him a little bit of a shove, a little bit of a nudge, and get him up into that spot so he can move himself up into the top 3 as well. Justin Prescott there in fourth in the 04 car, moved up a couple of spots from qualifying. Corey Casagrande in the 7 CT ride back there as well. Mike Hopkins in the 7th position. The one of Sean Boudreau there, and the top 8, Ryan Carman, Nathan Wenzel, the top 10. That caution flag flies. A couple of drivers pointed the wrong way here in the turns 3 and 4. Pull out the U-House Racing Designs instant replay once again, and we're gonna have to back that one up just a little bit. Still having some troubles with the replay button. We're gonna have to get that all sorted out, but in any sense, it's only live TV. We'll back it up. We'll take a peek at it. We can do that here. Gonna focus in on the 008 here of Caden Roberts, and saw definitely a little bit of the action, and you can see had almost had a great job getting up and around and avoiding it, but does a great job of avoiding that outside wall there as well. Rolling on through backward, gets it, stops, and going to grab a gear and get pointed in the right direction. So heads up backwards driving from the 08 car there, and we'll see if we can catch a car number and slow that on down. That's going to be the 45 car that we're going to switch on over and take a peek at. JD Stockwell having some issues here, and we'll back up the incident so we can take a peek at it. It's live TV. They were 3 wide up in front, so had a great viewpoint of the issue up in front here. We'll take a look at it from the chopper. There you see the 16 up into the 12. Everything looks good there, but that's the real estate they were going after. The 12 car goes around, gets T-boned by the 45, the 7-1, the 008. The 3 car gets a piece of the action there as well, and you see the extra damage added to the back right rear of the 12 car for backing into that tire on the front of the pit road exit there. Ooh, 71 backing into the pit wall there. That's a little bit of extra damage as well. So that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough to bounce back from here, especially with 25 drivers still on the lead lap here on lap number 39. Aaron Thompson still up front. Tony Quadros making his way back into the 2nd position. Matthew Kimball there in 3rd. Rupert Thompson, Justin Prescott, the top 5. Corey Casagrande, Mike Hopkins, Ryan Carman, Sean Boudreau, and Nathan Wenzel, the top 10 as they run. Drivers getting a signal, 1 to go. Lights off of the iRacing pace truck, lined up 2 by 2 all the way through. Thompson is Quadros once again on that front row, going to take the restart here with 59 laps to go at Five Flags Speedway here in the virtual Pensacola. Doing a little iRacing action here on a Wednesday night. And that iRacing truck, pace truck, going to take that left turn, going to go down the safety of pit road, grab a corn dog and a Coke, and we're going to take the green flag here once again. 19 doing exactly what he needs to do, sliding on up, making sure that top side doesn't get too much extra momentum, and then right back down to the bottom of the track to concentrate on driving off into the sunset. The 12 car doing a great job up on that high side, but slid back just a little bit. Kimball able to complete the pass down the bottom side. The Kimball machine slips on up to that middle groove. They're going to try and see if they can maybe track down the leader of Thompson, but it's definitely going to keep that door open on the bottom side as Matthew Kimball sliding on down, and the 04 car having a little bit of a connection issue, it looks like, for Prescott. Going to have to monitor that here as we get to the late goings of this one. Tony Quadros sliding backwards here on the short run of the 12 car, now under attack once again. And Mike Hopkins in the 78 car taking a peek down low, looking on the bottom side to see if he can make his way up into that fourth position. Great onboard shot of Hopkins in that 78 car. You can see really sawing on the wheel back and forth and trying to get up and around the number 12 car. You can see peeking down low a little bit early. Doesn't quite have enough there, but it can keep working on it. A little side-by-side action in behind Thompson and Casagrande there. Casagrande on the bottom. Rupert Thompson in the 39 up on the high side. You can see slipping back just a little bit as Nathan Wenzel in the 03 going to fall into the tire tracks, almost trying diamond down underneath the 39 car with that door briefly open. You can see going to go all the way down. Going to try and back out of the throttle as the caution flag flies here once again. Caution flag number 4, just shy, it looks like, of that halfway marker. So we'll back up to U-House Racing Designs instant replay and take a peek at what went down. And there you see a little bit of a nudge there in 3 and 4, and then a big track blocker as we see a lot of the drivers getting involved in that one towards the back of the pack. And we're going to have to take a couple of looks at this one as there's a whole bunch of drivers here involved in this incident. We'll even slow it down as we were. You can see the 45 getting a piece of the action again. The 08's there. DJ Gerard in the 0. The 45, as we made mention, is there. The 4, the 14. There's a big hit with he and the 08 car. The 54, no contact there. Great job getting that thing woed up for sure. The 11 looks like they got a piece of the action. A bunch of drivers now coming down pit road here as well. So lots of damage for a lot of drivers, and this is going to be an interesting opportunity here as well, because this caution is going to come out at the halfway marker. So if these guys were planning on coming down pit road to get tires, to get fuel, now's the perfect opportunity, and we've seen a couple of guys take advantage of that. So we see Andrew Harmon there on pit road in the 14 car involved in the incident. The 46 is down there as well. The 71 of Eric Pomazco, Shane Tackett down the 48, the 12 of Sweeney. A couple of these drivers actually retired from the race here as well from some earlier incidents, but giving everybody an opportunity to at least get back in the field, get back ready to rock and roll and race it out for the second half. Coming across the stripe here for lap number 49 as we're all lined up under caution here at Five Flag Speedway. One to go as the pace truck driver shuts those lights off once again. We're going to be doing some green flag racing here at Five Flags. Grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself a snack, and tune in to the second half of the race here tonight on Verdane TV, put together by 51 Designs. Jumping on board the sponsorship, the 100-lapper here tonight at Five Flag Speedway, here in the Turn4 Podcast Winter Series with the late model stocks, the iRacing service. There goes the pace truck down in the safety of pit road. Green flag flies once again. The 19 of Thompson getting really good at those restarts, as is the 43 of Kimball. Matthew Kimball sliding on into the tire tracks, actually taking a peek down low as they came out at 1 and 2, but going to tuck into the tire tracks for the time being, as is Prescott. Justin Prescott in the 04 car there in the third position. Mike Hopkins having a solid run, the 78, as the caution flag flies here once again. Looks like potentially, there it is, the 12 car of Quadros finding a little bit of calamity here as we'll take a peek at that U-House Racing Design instant replay. That's tough, a little 3-wide action there as we back up the shot. We'll even slow it down to slow motion because we can do that here in live TV. And as this race gets a little bit further on into the night, I think we're going to start seeing a lot more action like this. A lot of three-wide action. You can see the exhaust shooting out of the side there. The 12 drifts up just a little bit, and you can see the 14 car just a little bit of contact, and then you can see gets into the back bumper of that 12 car. So that is tough. That's a tough one to call. You see the 71 getting packed in from the back end. That's a tough break there. That's a lot of damage on a couple of those cars. The 50 or the 35 rather coming in and just kind of doing a quick little drift to slide on up into that one, avoiding a little extra calamity there as well. So that's definitely not the best situation, but it could have been a whole lot worse. And for Tony Quadros, man, that's tough. That 12 car was up leading laps earlier on, and this one up in the top 5. Kind of started to drop back just a little bit, but was able to kind of climb through the field, and now has an uphill battle. Going to restart back here just inside the top 20 in that 17th position. 12 going to come down pit road. Andrew Harmon down there as well in that 14 ride. Some damage on the Mobile 1 machine. The 46 getting a little bit of damage. Get a little bit of love to that ride as well. There you see the 71 of Eric Pomasco down here. The 08 down and away. Ryan Carmen getting some service. Daniel Sweeney in the 12 also down on pit road. You can see the damage there on the right rear, but car still in it. Going to lose a couple of laps for some of those guys getting some work done on those machines, and it's going to be Quadros, the 12 car. The last car on the lead lap as it looks like. So 18 cars still in the lead lap here. Just past the halfway marker. Lights still on the iRacing pace trucks. We got a second or two to gather everything back up here and racing our way into the evening here at Five Flags Speedway. And we made mention this is race number 3 in the 10 race special here. The 10 race series, the winter series put together by DJ Gerard and Garrett from over at the Turn4 Podcast. And great to have these guys on board with us here at Vidane TV, putting on some great late model racing as it kind of keeps us warm here in the winter months. As all the real race cars, all the real late model stocks, they're all tied away in the garage or covered up in the garage or getting worked on or in pieces in all sorts of different garages, wherever they may be. But at least iRacing is around to keep us warm in these cold winter months. And oh, by the way, speaking of keeping you warm in the cold winter months, shoot on over to Vidane.net. That's where we sell all of our Vidane TV merchandise. We just added beanies, and they come with the pom-poms on the top of them. $30. Keep you nice and warm. We got sweatshirts there as well. Green flag flies once again racing here at Five Flags. And Matthew Kimball getting a little bit better on these restarts as he gets more and more opportunities to try and get the jump on the 18 of Aaron Thompson. Doesn't quite get it this time, but sticks right with him. Justin Prescott going to take the opportunity to take a peek down low, but you can see a little bit of an incident there from the 48 car. Nope, just kidding, not the 48 car. That's going to be another car here right in front of our leaders, but it's going to bring out the caution flag once again. Take a peek here. 46 car finding the inside wall there. No safer barrier there as well. So that was a huge hit and a little bit of a late reaction, it looked like, as he was racing down in through here. The 46 getting down low here. This is coming to the green. The 46 kind of slowed up, didn't quite get going, spun on around from the 12 and just kind of took a minute to get that car pointed. There you see the leader, or not the leader, but up in the high side. There's the leaders as they're going by, and that's what brought the caution flag out. So that's a tough situation to be in. It brings out the caution flag here. And you see everybody up front kind of has it all sorted out. So Aaron Thompson going to hold on to the lead for the time being. Matthew Kimball going to get another opportunity in that 43 car to see if he can maybe show that he learned a little something with all these restarts here in the first half. Maybe something he can apply here in the second half. Justin Prescott, Rupert Thompson, and Nathan Wenzel going to be the top five as they take the restart. Corey Casagrande, Mike Hopkins, Garrett Benson, Sean Boudreau, and Skylar Shippey going to be the top 10 as they run. Crossing the stripe, the lights stay on that pace truck. It tells us we've got a little bit of time here at Five Flags before these drivers have to get back to work. So we made mention that the points battle getting into tonight was very, very tight. We're going to see if we can dial up one of the guys that's tied for third, Mike Hopkins in the 78. Paulie up in the booth. You get a copy?
Hey, bud, I'm steaming right now. Give me a second to cool off.
We'll talk to you under the next caution, brother. No problem. Mike Hopkins always honest with us. Not quite happy with that race incident, so we'll give him a call later on here tonight and see how Mikey's doing. But back there in the 7th position as the lights go off on the iRacing pace truck, lining them up 2 by 2. Once again, we're going to get another restart here, working lap number 64. Getting closer and closer to the end of this one. These guys, they know that they're running out of time to get up into the top 10. You want to have a good points night, but you want to get that checkered flag. You want to get that trophy at the end of the night here as well. You got to get it all, right? As we're live all over the internet. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. Here we go. Pace truck down to the safety of pit road. Green, green, green. The 19 gets it. And you can see immediately going to be a side-by-side battle for 2. Prescott in the 04 car, going to kick the door down, going to get down and around that number 43 car for the spots. Drop Kimball back to third. Prescott up to the top 2. Nathan Wenzel now going to take advantage of that door being open as well. The 03 car now going to move into 4th, and Rupert Thompson holds on to 5th. Mike Thompson using a little bit of that steam to get up and around Corey Casagrande, driving away from him now as there's a gaggle of cars back there from 7th place on back. Corey Casagrande up the track just a little bit. Sean Boudreau in the 1 car trying to get down and around, but he's got a mirror full of a side-by-side battle between Kyle Kenny, Garrett Benson. These guys are side-by-side in the 4 and the 54. Kyle Kenny, Kyle Buck in behind them as well. Skylar Shippey dropping a couple of spots there on that restart in the 51 car. Saw an earlier incident with that 51 car, but still holding tough up just outside the top 10. Chris Lindquist here as well. The 0 car has a good viewpoint there just outside the top 10 in the 0 car. Gained a bunch of spots from where he qualified, as he qualified back there in about 26th. J.G. Stockwell here in the 45 car. Big damage earlier on, but still holding on to it as we take a look at the battle up front as they come out of turn number 4. The 19 of Aaron Thompson holding on to the lead, but for how long? The 04 of Justin Prescott is there working lap number 69, and that lead is nice, but the 04 car wants to get up there. You can see it gets right up to the back bumper just to let the 19 of Thompson know that he's there, but doesn't quite have enough steam to try and get down. He's waiting for Thompson to make a mistake, to maybe drift up the track or get in touch with that apron down on the bottom side to see if he can take advantage. And oh, by the way, as we get into these long green flag runs here at Five Flag Speedway, we're going to be dealing with some lap traffic. That's just how it's been all night long here. We still have 19 drivers on the lead lap, but these guys up front are really clicking them off. They're doing a great job of putting some quick, blistering lap times down on the racetrack, and some of the guys are struggling to kind of keep up here at this point. But you can see top 5, top 6, pretty much single file as we even them out just a little bit. Justin Prescott there in second, trying to chase down Aaron Thompson in the lead, and you can see pulling away just a little bit as the lead is now 0.4 of a second. Wenzel in the 03 car moving his way back up towards the podium finish. Running third right now, Matthew Kimball in the 4th spot. Rupert Thompson there in 5th. Mike Hopkins having a bit of connection blink there, but it gets back sorted out. You can see he's right on the bumper of the 39. He's trying to move himself back into the top 5. Corey Casagrande there as well. Things heating up just a little bit for that 3rd spot, though. Matthew Kimball taking a peek down low on the 03 car. Nothing quite there. Going to take a look this time around. Definitely something there. He's going to try and get down. He's right there at the bumper. Not quite enough steam, and you can see a great shot there off the right front of that car. Having a hard time getting that thing to really grip up as the 43 car has some damage on the right side. Oh, gets up and kisses the outside wall once again there as well. Doesn't look like it slowed him down too much, but definitely going to knock the momentum off just a little bit. 24 laps to go in this one, clicking them off one by one, and Thompson pulling away here from the pack as there is the gap from on top of the spotter stand here at Five Flags, and crossing the stripe, flashbulbs going off in the virtual crowd here, and you can see that battle for third still is raging on. The 43 car going to slide on back down to the bottom side. The 03 car of Wenzel going to get down and around, and that's going to tighten it back up for fourth on back. As you can see, the 78 of Hopkins is now on the inside of that 39 car of Rupert Thompson, going to try and break himself back into the top five, sending it on in. Caution flag flies once again. Cody Parker around. That's 35 car around, and you see the 11 car getting a piece of it. The 35 up on their lid. DJ Gerard involved as well as Zero NH grabs a gear and gets that thing spun on around in the right direction. Tight little move there. You can probably see the in-car of that over on his Twitch. DJ Gerard at Zero NH. Go give him a follow over there. And here you can see the Zero and the 35 kind of side by side. And looks like there's just a little bit of contact between the two, and there's a little bit more contact than DJ Gerard tried to save it there and just got kind of jumbled up there. The 35 car gets a piece of the action as well. We'll back it up one more time. We're going to take another look at it here at Vidane TV, because that's what we can do. And you can see the nice wide angle shot as they get in to turn 4. There it is. And bam, there's the contact after the fact. A little bit of a slow, lazy roll for the 35 car, but damage definitely done in that machine. And we'll see if this is going to go down at pit road to get some damage repaired. See if they can maybe get that thing back out there. But there you see Rupert Thompson on pit road down and away. They got tires on it, but there's still some heavy damage on that 19 car, and that's or the 39 car rather. As Leo 51, same deal, going to get tires, maybe fix some of the damage, but not quite a lot of it. There's the 3 of Dominic Lafleur. Dylan Zulo up in the points. The 16Z going to come down and get some service to that ride. And up front, they're all still chasing Aaron Thompson in the 19 car. The 04 car of Justin Prescott there. And second, Nathan Wenzel, Matthew Kimball, and Mike Hopkins now breaking into the top 5. One to go once again. There you see the iRacing pace truck shutting off the lights. Everybody lined up 2 by 2. Prescott and Thompson going to be up front in this one. Kimball in the 43 car going to restart on the outside now of row number 2, and a new contender up in that front row. We'll see if Prescott has anything to do with that 04 machine up on the top side, but that 19 of Aaron Thompson has been phenomenal on these restarts throughout the evening here. Restart once again, 16 laps to go once they cross the stripe, and how about that? That is a battle as they head on into turn number 1. The 04 car showed up to fight, trying to hold on in that middle groove. Caution flag, though, flies once again, and this is going to be interesting with another restart. That 04 car may very well have the number of Thompson there. It's a great, phenomenal restart for sure. Take a peek. Looks like right on the restart here. The 11 car is what the notes show. We'll take a peek at it. There you see, just getting a little bit out of shape and a little bit of bumper cars action since the 11 car down and around. You can see the rubble starting to really solidify there down on the bottom of the racetrack, up on the top as well. There you can see a little contact, everything's sorted out, but as they get into 1, it's just a lot of folks looking for a piece of real estate. Zero Gerard into the back bumper of the 11 kind of sends them on around, but the 11 of Cody Parker does a great job grabbing a gear, getting that thing pointed around, misses the wall just a little bit, but going to grab a gear, keep going once again. So getting down to the nitty-gritty, 14 laps to go here in this one. 100 laps on the docket here, 51 Designs jumping on board as the sponsor here tonight for the race and the series for race number 3 in the Turn4 Podcast Winter Series. Running the late model stocks and iRacing here on Vidane TV. Showtime Paul Strickland Jr. up here in the broadcast booth, the production trailer as it were, or Barn 5-4 Studios as we're now going to be coining it here, doing some upgrades here at HQ, putting together a little studio here. So looking forward to that. More than likely going to debut, quote-unquote, the studio next week on Tim's Corner Motorsports, having the Christmas special next Wednesday night. So we're going to jump over there, hang out for a little bit before jumping over here and doing the iRacing thing on Vidane TV. So a busy schedule for the next week or so, but we're going to make sure we get the studio all sorted out, and we'll have some Barn 5-4 Studios merch here in the next couple of days as well, so be sure to take a look over at Facebook for that as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. We've got our hands in a lot of different projects here at Vidane TV, with both real racing, sim racing, iRacing, a little bit of softball, a little bit of high school football thrown in the mix as well. So definitely want to stay tuned to all the social media outlets. We've got ourselves a doozy of a 2024 planned out here for sure. But before we get to 2024, we got to get to the end of the year. We got to get to the end of this race. The lights are off on the iRacing pace truck once again. And when we get that restart, it's going to be 11 laps to go here at Five Flag Speedway. Green flag once again, and another phenomenal restart, a better restart now for Prescott in the 04 car, making that middle groove work for him. The 04 going to try and stick with that 19 car, see if he can make a little bit of the magic happen. There you see, going to tuck right into the tire tracks. Tried to do a crossover, but ran out of racetrack. Kissed the inside wall just a little bit, knocking the momentum off by just that much. And we'll see with 10 laps to go if Prescott's able to get another opportunity to make that pass. The 04 down in the bottom of the racetrack, no room in behind, and you can see he's slowing down just a little bit. Caution flag, though, flies once again. Multiple cars here in this one with 9 laps to go. U-House Racing Designs instant replay. We'll take a look here. A couple of guys going for that real estate. There's the Calamity up in front. It almost looks like some drivers kind of slowed down for an incident that didn't happen, and there was just a little bit of Calamity in behind. Well, there you can see left-hand side of your screen as we back it up. There's the turn, the 54 car around. It seems like they almost caught it back up, and there's a car down there that hit the inside safety barrier. So that's a hard hit. We'll back it up one more time and take a peek here at it. But man, oh man, not the night for some of these drivers back in the field. And you can see there's the Calamity once again. So single digits left to go here in this one at Five Flag Speedway 7 as we take a peek. Aaron Thompson holding on to the lead for right now. Justin Prescott there in second. They've seen some pretty phenomenal restarts between the two of those drivers here the past couple of caution flags. Matthew Kimball there in the third position. Nathan Wenzel, Mike Hopkins the top 5. Corey Casagrande, Kyle Buck, Sean Boudreau, Kyle Kenny, and Garrett Benson going to be the top 10 when they take the restart here. And getting down to the end of this one, these guys know that they have to take advantage of what's little time they've got left. They've got to get the restart with maybe 4 or 5 laps to go here. So whatever your plans are, you're really going to have to jump up on them. And there you see it. Line them up 2 by 2. High five from Barney in the flag stand. 5 laps to go here at Five Flag Speedway. As the lights are out on the pace truck, there you see the 04 car of Justin Prescott warming up the fronts of those tires. Wants to get that, knows that he's got one more opportunity allegedly to get up and around that number 19 car. There goes the pace truck once again. Restart time. Green flag flies Racing once again at Five Flags. The 04 car caught sleeping just a little bit. Going to drop back, lose the momentum. Side by side in behind. They're 3 wide back there momentarily with Hopkins up in the center, but they get it all sorted out. 78's going to grab that spot there in 5th. The 03 of Wenzel now stuck on the high side. The 43 going to move that Kimball ride up into the podium spot. 3 laps to go. They're all still chasing Aaron Thomas up in the 19 car. You can see he's got that cushion in between he and Prescott. That second position, 0.4 of a second back, and he's got a mirror full of the 43. Matthew Kimball trying to move up just a little bit, but Nathan Wenzel is there in 4th, trying to look outside. Nothing quite there. Popsicle sticks. 2 laps to go. Mike Hopkins in the top 5 once again, but Aaron Thomas doing what he needs to do. White flag, white rag, and next flag ends the race. Aaron Thompson doing everything he needs to do. 0.4 of a second, almost 0.5, almost a half a second lead as they go into 3 and 4 for their final time. Aaron Thomas holding on to it, holding the pretty wheel, and he is going to take that checkered flag here in race number 3. The 19 car coming home with the victory. Justin Prescott going to finish in 2nd, and the 43 car of Matthew Kimball going to come home in the top 3. What a phenomenal finish here at Five Flags Speedway for the 51 Designs 100. And race number 3, it's going to tighten up the points battle in a big way. We'll see if we can get that to you here before we get off the air. But man, oh man, if we don't, be sure to shoot on over to the Turn4 Podcast Facebook page, and that's where you'll be able to get caught up with all the stories and all of the points. And we'll wait for these drivers to get lined up here in the top 3, and that doesn't look like we need to. We're going to slide on over already down on pit road and see if we can't catch up with that 43 car, man. That 43 STP ride coming home in the 3rd position. Matthew, great run, man.
Hey, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. 100 laps on the go here tonight. What was the strategy coming into this one? Were you kind of splitting it into maybe a one-stop race? Did you plan on coming down pit road at all?
No, I didn't plan it at all. I just wanted to stay up front, and that was basically it. We qualified good finally, and we stayed up front. I feel like we could have made something happen there, but too many cautions, and we got chopped a little bit there on the final restart, but I lifted for him. But other than that, it was a pretty good race. Congrats to Aaron.
Now, we don't really condone gambling here at Vidane TV, but you come home to I'm looking at the wrong stat. So we're not gonna condone gambling, period. But in any sense, you come into tonight top 10 in points, and you come home with a 3rd place finish here tonight. Already a tight points battle going in to race number 4 next week. That's going to be a whole lot of fun here on Vidane TV. Is that kind of in the back of your head as we get kind of a points battle heated up here?
Yeah, a little bit. It's still early. There's a lot of races left, and there's a lot of races in here, and we're all within a 10th every week. So, Nate's probably the points leader if I had to guess, and he finished 4th, and so I mean it's going to be tough running him down. But we just got to be consistent. That's all there is to it.
Consistency is key in short track racing, whether it's at the real racetrack or the iRacing track here tonight. Want to give you an opportunity to take the microphone here and tell us who gets you done for you, who gets you to and from the virtual racetrack.
Well, I got to thank the Turn4 Podcast for putting this league on for us short track races to do over the winter time, and all the guys that's race with us, and you guys for streaming it. Appreciate it.
Matt Kimball in the 43 car coming home in at 3rd place tonight. Solid points night for sure. Congratulations.
Thanks, buddy. Take care.
Absolutely, and we slide on over to the 04 car, Justin Prescott. This was the number we were looking at. We don't condone gambling here, but finished in 2nd, came into tonight tied in 3rd in the points, and it's there was another 3 car in there somewhere. I'm not even sure what the stat was that I was just talking about, but in any sense, a phenomenal finish here for Prescott. Good points night here as well. Justin, talk to us, man.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid night. Definitely Aaron was in a league of his own. I was trying to do everything I could, but just didn't have quite enough. It was a good race coming up through, the top 10. It was a good show. I know there was a lot of cautions in the back, but there was a lot of respect up front. And I guess I did, Matt could have sent me there, so thanks to him for not doing that. I'll put that in the memory bank going into next week for sure. So.
Yeah, it seemed like we had some good clean racing up towards the front, especially on those restarts. And it seemed like you were the only person that was really able to hang with Aaron on those restarts. What else did you need to get around that 19 car?
I think I just used up the right front too much. It just ran out. We had a good, pulled away from the pack there at one time, and I went quicker, but I think I just used it up, and he did a better job at saving.
So good points night on the night here tonight, and heading on into it next week. Nashville Fairgrounds, I believe, at next week. You got anything for him there?
It's definitely one of my favorite tracks on iRacing for sure, but you never know. It could just be a bad night. That's part of racing, so we'll do everything we can to give him a run for sure.
Just going to have to tune in live to Vidane TV to find out, folks, here on Wednesday night. And who gives you the opportunity to get to these virtual racetrack? Who helps you out? Who's out there watching in Vidane TV land?
First off, got to thank you guys for the broadcast, and then Turn4 for putting this on. Like Matt said, it's gives us drivers something to do in the off season. And obviously all my real life sponsors, gothcars.com, A&H Fence, Goth Years Trucking, and can't do it without the fans as well. So appreciate y'all.
Coming home P2 here tonight at Five Flags. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Huzel.
And we slide on over just a little bit further. Going to talk to tonight's winner, Aaron Thompson, dominant here in the second half with this 19 car. Man, congratulations on the win here tonight.
Yeah, thank you. It was a pretty good race. I don't know. I was able to get out front there early and just kind of control it and run my pace. I don't know.
And from the front of the race, or the beginning of the race, did you have any kind of strategy? It looked like we had a couple of a quick little short green flag runs. We had that one long green flag run there in the first half. Did that kind of affect your strategy getting into this one, or was it just get to the front and just kind of drive off into the sunset?
I don't know. Not really. My main goal was to get out front so that I could kind of control the pace and keep the tires where I wanted them. And I think that's what helped me out a lot, especially having when I could fire in the restart box, having control over that was a big part too.
Clean racetrack has definitely been a factor there as well, being able to kind of drive away from the field from the go. So putting this 19 where it belongs there in victory lane here tonight. Who's out there watching? Who do you have out there to thank?
I got to thank all my family and friends for tuning in and supporting me in this, and you guys for the broadcast, the Heat Race Heroes podcast, and DJ and all the guys at Turn4 for putting this on for us.
Aaron Thompson coming home here tonight with the victory, third winner here in 3 races. And man, oh man, it's tightening up the points battle in a big way. We're going to shut this one down and clean it up for sure. We're back tomorrow night with the NEP series at Oxford, home track for a lot of those drivers. That's going to be one heck of a show, so be sure to join us. 8:22 Eastern is when we take the green flag tomorrow night. But until then, we will catch you on the flip side, and when we do, we are going to be doing it live.